All right, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are as excited for this game as I am. We've got an exciting game lined up for us right now. I haven't seen these teams play personally, but I can tell you that I am psyched to see what they have in store for us. We have UGK Esports versus Kinetic Gaming. And right now it's looking like we're going to have a pretty standard team comp over on the defender side with the Astra, the Reyna, the Jet, the Sova, and the Cypher. And we're actually going to be seeing a breach coming out for the attacker side, which should be interesting given that the new breach changes have given him quite a bit more viability. We got a Sova locked in and a Cypher locked in, so almost completely a mirror comp, sub the Reyna for the breach. So we'll see what Kinetic has in store for us with this breach pick. And is Andre going to lock in that Astra? And sure enough, the Astra is locked in. So we're going to be heading into this game with some pretty high expectations. I know a lot of the teams that have been playing here throughout these tournaments have showed a lot of promise lately. So I am excited to see what they're going to show us. All right, UGK starting off on the defender side with Kinetic on the attacker side. Now, looks like they're going for a pretty default setup. Cypher over on B, leaving his kit to try and keep down that mid control. Meanwhile, it looks like Kinetic is going to be kind of stacking up over for a C hit. Now they're going to have a lurk over towards A, it seems. They're going for a pretty... No, it looks like they're just going to go for a big, fast C hit here. And we'll see. We'll see if Frog is ready for this. And the team starts to move up. It looks like they're wasting no time. They're kind of getting in it almost as quick as they can. But that Astra smoke is going to slow them down a little bit. Kev will get onto the site as fast as he can. He's going to find it mostly free. UGK is going to kind of back off and give it to him. And we're looking at a 5v5 retake here. Shock Dart's coming in to try and get some chip damage in, but it's not going to find a whole lot. 3 stacked up in the garage. And all kinds of damage coming in as the flash comes through and the Kev finds one, but Lost Blazer is there for the trade. And the trade just keep coming through in garage, and the aggression is unstoppable as they push through garage. And so much chaos comes through, and it's just down to Lost Blazer in a 1v1. Can he find this for the team to take this very important pistol round? And he does. He's good for the 1. And the defuse will come through, giving UGK that much-needed first pistol round. Now, given a lot of the economy changes that have been made lately, we all know that these pistol rounds are a lot more important than they used to be. So this is going to give UGK a really important start. And as we see, Kinetic is going to be just doing the typical save round. We're not seeing anything too crazy. Kev coming through with a frenzy. Maybe to just try and capitalize on this eco and get as many kills as possible. Try to make it as expensive as UGK as they can. And it looks like they're just going to go for some real strong mid aggression here. But Carrot is ready for him. Oh, but he's going to back off and just give him the garage control. Meanwhile, it looks like we have some action going on over here on A as well. They're trying to take some ground. This could be a fake here, as they're just getting absolutely melted in garage, unfortunately. And as the whole rotate has come through for UGK, the remaining 3 on Kinetic have taken the A site with no resistance at all. So they do get the spike down. They are going to get that very important 300 credit money boost. And we have a 3v5, but with the gun difference, it looks like we're probably going to be seeing another 2-0 scoreline here. But Kinetic can try to make this as expensive as possible for them. So they're just kind of holding off, waiting to get those kills. They're not going to play too aggressively, although Mask will push out and die. And Lakia is good, or Laika, sorry, is good for the final kill, as UGK takes the second round, much to our expectations, with a flawless. It's going to make this bonus really, really good for them. Nobody has to re-up on any guns. Maybe just a couple pieces of utility here and there. So we'll see how well they can get through this. It's going to be the first buy round for Kinetic. And they're going to have to make something happen here. As far as what we're used to seeing, the gun difference here should swing in the favor of Kinetic, but you never know. It does look like UGK might have a couple tricks up their sleeve. They got an aggressive push coming out through A. I'm trying to get some info. They put the camera in there to kind of stop that lurk from later. Meanwhile, Kinetic is pushing up C. They're trying to contest this map control. Kev onto the site with a cloud burst and a dash, but Carrot is there to get the follow-up. Kev is now all alone on site. The rest of his teammates are trying to come through to give him that support that they need. Frog hiding in this site corner. He's going to get one. Can he get another one? He's good for two. Now Kev, again, all alone on the site, but he's no contest for Frog with his Spectre, and we are down to a 1v3. Of course, Lost Blazer will clean up. And they're going to win that bonus round and get some free rifles. This is kind of an important round. Well, the next two rounds are going to be real important for Kinetic because the momentum is starting to snowball for UGK. If UGK doesn't take this round, or rather if Kinetic can take this round, we might be looking at a little bit more of a contested scoreline here. However, it is going to be kind of tough for them. We do see kind of a mixed buy, a couple sheriffs and maybe a frenzy, so it doesn't look like they're going for anything too ambitious. They're going to go for another mid-aggressive push. But it looks like UGK might just be ready for them. Although JoJo's position has been revealed, but the Blade Storm is not good for it. They're on to Site B, but they are completely surrounded right now. This is going to be tough for them as UGK just starts to decimate the entire team. Could this be another flawless for them? It's all the way down to Andre and Cuz, who are stuck in middle and they don't know what to do. They have nothing good to work with. A couple of stars, a frenzy, and a sheriff. Looks like they're just going to be kind of playing this a little bit patiently, waiting for somebody to come out, hopefully getting the free pick. But UGK, disciplined in their actions. They are not going to try to give them anything for free. They understand how important this round can be. Keep their economy strong. Cuz will go in for the kill, but Leica is there for the last two to clean it up. It won't be a flawless, but UGK's economy is going to be in a real good spot now. This is a very, very important round. Like I was saying before for Kinetic, see, they need to take this round. This is going to be one of their last buy rounds, but if they go 5-0, the economy is going to start to snowball in such a way that it's going to be really hard for them to climb out of that hole, and it's going to put UGK in a position where they can lose a couple of rounds. They're not going to have to worry too much about it. So we'll have to see what they do. It looks like they're going for another mid-aggression here. It hasn't worked in the past too much. JoJo seems ready for him. And they're being disciplined once again with the rotates. They don't want to get caught out with that fake again. They're moving up in the garage. Leica is there to find Kev. And their entry is now gone. It's going to put them in a little bit of a tricky spot. The Cypher ult coming through is going to give them all the information that they need to know exactly what is happening here. UGK is in a real good position to possibly win this round. But in a 4v5, it could still be anybody. Mev just kind of holding the lurk here. It looks like Kinetic is going to kind of rethink things as they try to reset here and maybe go for an A push. But Frog is there to find that pick, which is just going to make everything all the more difficult for them as they slowly but surely try to take that A map control. But Frog, he's just on top of him. He knows exactly what's going on. But he does get caught in the middle of the Hunter's Fury, and it looks like they will be able to take the A site completely uncontested, at least for now. Can he get the spike down before they come in? He looks like he's running out of time. And now the Astra Stars are coming down. But he will be good for the plant. In this 3v3, this could go any way now. Drone coming out, hopefully to find some good information. But the Cosmic Divide from Lost Blazer is going to make this a little bit more tricky. It's going to make it feel more like a trap. Mask is good for one. Can he find a second one? He knows that they're stuck there, but he knows there's just one. Does he know there's two? The second one has been revealed, and Kinetic cleans up with the shock dart. And Andre's phantom kill to take the much needed round to prevent that momentum from UGK. That being said, UGK's economy is in a really good spot from those 3 or 2 flawless rounds. They're going to have no problem buying up right now. And they'll probably be good for the next round as well. That being said, if they lose this round, it is going to make it a little bit more even-sided. Kinetic is going to have to take this. They're going to have to try something a little bit different, something that they're not quite been doing so far. But it looks like they're just going to go for a real strong C aggression. 4-man up C with the Cypher on the lurk. But they're going in kind of fast. And they're going to push Leica off the side a little bit. But Andre and Mask are going to get those 2 picks on C, freeing up for the spike plant. Mask is low, though, but it is a 2v5. And I would imagine UGK is probably just going to try to go for a save and maybe some exit frags here. Jojo will get 1 to make it a little bit more expensive for them. He's not going to do anything too risky, though. He's just going to kind of let them have this round and maybe get 1. But unfortunately, Cuz will be able to trade it out, and Frog will be found in mid. Giving Kinetic the 6th round at a 4-2 scoreline. And now we'll have to see the economy kind of even out a little bit here. It should make this a lot more doable than it was feeling at first. Usually when you see teams go down on that 3 or 4-0 scoreline, you start getting kind of worried about them, but Kinetic has definitely shown us that they are not going to go quietly into the night. Now we're looking like it's going to be kind of trying to draw some information out maybe on A long. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is just kind of hanging out in A lobby, maybe seeing if they can get any information, draw out some utility. They haven't committed to anything yet, but Mask will find Frog with the Sova ult. That's going to be huge. That's going to draw the rotation out from UGK over to A, kind of exposing their mid. What they don't know is that they have the 2 players on mid ready for that lurk. Mask will find the trade from Leica on A, but they don't want the A. They're actually ready to go, but what they don't see him. Oh no, Carrot's gonna find this rotate. Is he gonna be good for 1? He can get 1, and he's gonna dismiss out. But he knows that there's 1 more there, and they have all the information they need to make this rotate happen. They are a little spread out. They're not totally convinced yet. And they have given Kinetic C-Site completely for free. Cuz is just gonna stay back and spawn here. This Lost Blazer's gonna try to go in for the flank, but he seems like he knows what's going on. Meanwhile, Kev is just so close. He knows, he can tell that something's up. The Carrot is going to get picked off by Kev. Can he find the second one? He's good for 2, making this just a 1v2. Meanwhile, Lost Blazer finds Cuz back in spawn. He's going to make his way up through Garage, but he's got a hell of a task in front of him. In this 1v2, he has virtually no utility left. And it's looking like this round is going in favor of Kinetic. As the time ticks down, he's going to get picked off by Andre on their way out from the site. Giving Kinetic the 3rd round. We're looking at a 4-3 scoreline. And this game just got a whole lot more competitive. I like the way that Kinetic has been, they've been playing. They've definitely been kind of toying with the minds of UGK a little bit. They're drawing out a lot of utility, and they're making UGK think whether or not these rotations are going to be worth it. You know, they've been faked out a couple of times. They've also just fully committed. So I think they're kind of keeping them on their toes a little bit. If UGK can kind of play for a little bit more info, they might be able to shut down some of these plays. Let's see what happens. We've got a real heavy mid push from Jojo and Leica, trying to get some early aggression, but they just get absolutely melted by Mask and Cuz. But Carrot and Frog are there to trade it out, evening up the line in a 3v3, but they're not giving up this mid control, not without a fight. They're going to try to keep them down in lobby. But as Andre pushes out, he's going to find 1. He's good for 2. Lost Blazer maybe there to find 1 more for him to try and even this up. Can he get... Lost Blazer giving it his best shot, trying to come in on the flank, but unfortunately, their mid-aggression was just not good enough. They might have to rethink those strats just a little bit. Kinetic starting to feel pretty good. The momentum is now snowballing a little bit on their side. After taking 4 rounds in a row, they're going to be looking pretty good. And now UGK, They're going to be on a full buy again, so I'm assuming we'll see them play a little bit more carefully this time around. They're not going to give up too much. But it does look like all 5 players are going to be setting up for this A hit. The Breach ult comes in, but he will be delayed by the Cypher Trap, which is going to find Lost Blazer picking up both of those kills on A, which is definitely going to slow them down a little bit. They're going to have to rethink, but the spike is down in the site, which is going to put them in a pretty tough position here. Jojo holding this angle with the op, Lost Blazer holding the long angle, and Mev gets tagged with the camera. Things are not looking good for them. Their entire strategy is falling apart, but Mask does get that op kill. That's going to be huge for them. There are still 2 more players waiting for them, but this drone might be able to spot it out, but it doesn't see Lost Blazer in the corner. He's in a really good spot now. They think that the area is completely clear. They're totally focused on Carrot now.
1 enemy remaining.
And Mev does get found by Leica. It's all down to Mask, and he just can't make it happen, as Frog is there to trade out Carrot. Thankfully, Kinetic does have a lot of money to work with, but this is going to be a very important round for them. They're going to need to get through this relatively clean if they want to be able to buy on the next round. But you could say that for both teams. UGK also not looking like they're in too good of a spot. A couple of their players are kind of cushy in their economy, but this is going to be kind of a deciding round for both teams.
Standing ahead.
Early A dart coming out for that C long info. Frog does get that early pick and 2 players tagged. They have all the information they need to kind of pull this rotate a little bit through. It looks like Leica is just going to kind of come around, but they're not going to sell too much on it because they know they've been faked out before. Meanwhile, Kinetic has made it completely onto site. The spike should be coming down any second now, but can the denial come through with the Hunter's Fury? Frog unable to find the value from it. Well, Mask pushes into Garage and gets that 1 pick, making Frog feel a little bit antsy. All these Cosmic Divides, Car kind of looking kind of nasty. Mask does find 1 more in Garage, and he gets out unscathed, untraded. Kinetic is finding huge value out of these lurks and these pushes. And now UGK is in kind of a tough spot. It's all down to Leica and Frog. And it might be wise for them to just kind of opt to save this. It looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to hold it and maybe get a couple of exits. Make it as expensive for them as possible. Leica is going to get caught on the way out. Unfortunately, he waited too long. He got too greedy, but Mask will still fall to the spike. But Kinetic tying up the scoreline. They look like they're okay in terms of their economy, and we have a tactical timeout coming in for Kinetic. They know that this is kind of an important round. This is an important round for them to take. If UGK manages to close out this eco round, then it's going to be a lot tougher scoreline going into the second half. So Kinetic is probably just trying to get all their ducks in a row. They know that if they win this round, we could be looking at a 7-5 scoreline. Although that being said, Kinetic does have a pretty good cushion for their economy, so they could feasibly lose this round and still have a pretty decent buy. Maybe not an entire utility kit, but everything that they could need to win the round. Meanwhile, for UGK, this is looking a little bit dicey. As of right now, we just have 3 sheriffs online with a couple of light shields and a full armor. This is going to be a tall order for them, for UGK to be able to close this out. Once again, we have Kinetic lining up for this fast C hit. I think they're probably figuring the C hits have worked in the past. Let's do it again. Let's make it happen. They do have Mev on the A lurk. No, but he's just dropping the tripwire, and he's going to start coming back towards mid to kind of watch for any of that garage aggression. Kev is going to do his signature entry, but with Frog Flash, he can't do anything stuck in the grav. Well, it's a free kill for Kev, and the C side is given to them once again. JoJo just kind of waiting for an opportunity to reveal itself, kind of spamming through the smoke a little bit, hoping to get that lucky shot. Kev is going to kind of go in for the aggression. Lost Blazer is waiting for it. JoJo does get that pick through the smoke, but what he doesn't know is that Kev is waiting for him. As soon as the smoke goes down, a bloodbath could ensue. But maybe JoJo is a little bit smarter. Hey, he manages to tag him through the smoke. Lost Blazer going in for the kill. He does get the one pick, but Andre is good for two as he trades out that Kev. Mask does get the extra kill there in Garage, and it's all down to Leica, who is most likely, yep, he is going to fall. Giving Kinetic, for the first time, that game lead. It's looking a little dicey here for UGK. We do have some full buys through, but you're going to have to sacrifice some utility or some armor just to make sure that they can get their rifles online. Kinetic, however, in a really good spot. Looks like they're going in with full kits, full armor, and lots of rifles. Now, it is possible for UGK to pull this out, and it looks like Kinetic's just going to be going for that same mid-aggression, but UGK is ready to meet them. JoJo and Carrot coming out to try and get those early aggression, but Mask is there to get one. Carrot trades him out, and Kev goes ahead and gets a trade somewhere else on the map, and then the trades just keep coming through until we're down to a 3v3. Kev is going in for the aggression. He gets one knife kill. Can he get the second one? But he can't. Carrot is trading him out. Andre there for the trade on Carrot. This is unbelievable. The fundamentals are absolutely sublime. We are down in a 1v1. Leica knows where he is. And he's got the camera. He's ready for him. And he's got the cages. He's got the tripwires. This has never been a more perfect scenario for a Cypher retake versus an Astra. Audrim. Maybe I've been saying it wrong. Audrim's been just kind of watching the heaven spot here for some time. It looks like they're not going to take the A plant. He only has 40 seconds on the clock, and it doesn't look like he's looking to go anywhere else just yet. But Leica is starting to second-guess himself a little bit. He's just going to kind of hold this CT spawn area. It's going to be a fast rotate to just about any site. It's a safe bet for him. Audrim is going to go for the A plant, it looks like. They're playing it nice and slow. With only 13 seconds left on the clock, Leica is ready for it. The real question is, can he win this? He does have his camera to get that extra bit of info. He knows where he is now. He's going out for it. But can he win? Can he win this 1v1? Audrim, they're just playing hide and seek behind the boxes, but Audrim takes the last round. We're looking at a 7-5 scoreline going into the half. It was close, Leica, but no cigar, unfortunately. He had too many angles to clear, and he started second-guessing himself. But it's not over for UGK just yet. We know that they seem to have a good pistol round, if last half was any indicator. And it looks like they're just going to be lining up for possibly a fast A hit. And they might be sending... Leica over on a lurk in mid, but this could be disastrous for them, as we do see that Kinetic has 3 set up on A, and JoJo is now heading over to A side as well. This could be a monstrous round for them. All the utility coming through. The sewer push from Kevin Audrim, and it's too powerful. Cuz pushing up, Kev finds one. They're forcing them back. And they're just going to keep going. They're going to take this aggression as far as they can go. Carrot is blind, and he's going to get picked off by Mask. This is an absolute disaster for them. Their whole plan is falling apart. And now almost the entire team has pushed through into the T spawn, but that is going to leave C wide open for UGK. At the very least, they will get the spike plant down, but they are low, and they are outnumbered. UGK floods onto the site completely like a broken dam, and they are going to find the last 3 picks undefeated, unscathed, and take the first pistol round in a flawless fashion. Unbelievable. Kinetic, they tried their best, but what are you going to do against a strat like that? Nobody is going to see the 4-man push coming through A. And it looks like Kinetic Might be getting ready to do something kind of similar here. Yeah, it looks like Kinetic's trying to go for another aggressive push, possibly through mid this time. When we have Kev pushed like very far up. He's just gonna hold this window angle, kind of waiting for anything. Meanwhile, UGK looks like they're just kind of playing a little bit slow. They're just looking for a little bit of the information, which they did find. Kev will get a little bit of chip damage in there, and he's gonna get out with just about the same amount of chip damage reversed onto him. It's going to leave this in a similar 4v5, 2 players, 1 player on each team, low, down, ready, just 1 shot to go. But Kinetic doesn't want to give this up. They want to keep going for those aggressive plays. Can Cuz find one? He turned away. He thought he killed him, but he will be good for it. He's going to fall back. Meanwhile, UGK pushing up for this A long site execute. Mev all alone on the site. He's just watching with his camera, sitting in heaven, waiting for the push to happen. They don't see the camera. It's looking right at them. They have all the information they need now. The rotate is going to come through quite fast. And Kinetic has every opportunity to close this round out now with their oh, wait. No, it's not looking good for UGK. Kinetic just comes through and they just completely decimate the underside. Frog, he's not going to be able to make it there in time. Mev's just going to stick it. And it's looking like the round is over for them. Kinetic is going to take that round. Right there. Just solidifying this lead over them. It was really important for UGK to take those first 2 rounds. When you're looking at a round or a match deficit like that, whether you be down 5-7 or down 8-4, you're going to need to win that pistol round and sequentially that anti-eco round. But now they know they're in kind of a bad spot, so they are going to go in with the tactical timeout and just try and figure out what they can do differently. And they know that this round is going to be really important for them. This is going to be the first bye round. And so they know that they're going to need to take this round if they want to have any shot at winning this. When you're down 9-5 like this, you need to take at least the next 2 rounds in order to make it, to make it viable for them. If Kinetic takes this round, then the momentum is going to start snowballing. They're only 3 rounds away from winning. And so we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. I mean, we have seen that Kinetic, they have been playing kind of aggressive to just get some early info, and that's been really paying off for them. So we'll see if they continue to do that. It looks like UGK is just going to be pulling up here in mid. And they're just going to be ready to try and meet some of that aggression that they've been seeing from Kinetic. But it doesn't look like you might be seeing too much of that in return. Obviously, Cuz and Kev are going to be kind of moving up A to just kind of gather that info. And now they know that there's going to be nothing towards A at all. This is going to allow the rest of Kinetic to kind of move over towards the C and garage. But Lost Blazer was ready for them, and he's going to find those 2 lurks. That's going to be huge for UGK. Mev is able to trade 1 out on the other side of the map, but in a 3v4, it's not looking too good for the defenders at this. Jojo has a huge lurk up on the backside of B. Adrim does find 1, is going to even it out. He does have a second one, and now the tides have turned a little bit, but Jojo will get it. We're leaving it down to a 2v2, and that is just absolutely unlucky. Just trying to move, gets spammed right through the door by Adrim. And now it's all down to Frog. Can he clutch this? He has every bit of utility that he could possibly need. He's got his drone. He's got his recon dart. He's just going to try to hide out from this, but it is going to spot him, unfortunately, and now they know where he is. With the concuss coming through, can he find 1? He's good for 1. Does he get the second one? But it's no good. Adrim. Man, Adrim has just been absolutely showcasing his clutch gene. This guy is unstoppable when it comes down to the wire. You know, you can always count on him to close out these rounds. And he did it again. And now, unfortunately, we are looking at a pretty tough spot for UGK. They're going to have to force up here. There's no more full saves coming through. These next couple of rounds are going to be really important for them. They're going to have to do something different. They're going to have to change it up a little bit. Now, they know that there's been a lot of aggression coming through, but it looks like they're just lining up for possibly another fast hit. Once again, the aggression comes through in a different part of the map. Kev and Adram coming through mid. Meanwhile, UGK pushing up A. All 5 going for this push. Kev is going to rotate around to kind of try and give Mev a little bit of assistance here, but it doesn't look like UGK. I don't think they want to commit to it. I think they were trying to draw a little bit of a fake here. Unfortunately, Kinetic didn't buy it. They've still got their 2 posted up here in mid. And Cuz posted up over on C. Well, they're just waiting to see if those flanks come through. It's a little quiet out here. Not a whole lot of information has been given out. We do see the stars coming down in various spots in the map. The heaven has been smoked on A. The flash comes out and the site execute is coming out. Kev trying to get one with the op, but he can't. And luckily, Mev is there to get the first entry in off of his tripwire, but he will give up the rest of the site. While Adram catches the lurk off in mid, and then we're going to be looking at a 5v3 retake. Is not looking good for UGK right now, but Leica does manage to get the one. Kev trades him out. Adram with the second, and Kev with the final one. It's round 11 for Kinetic. I gotta say, when we were going into this, at the very beginning of the match, I was thinking that UGK was going to come through and they were just going to sweep this. They were looking so good, but something happened. I don't know if they said GG easy too early on in the chat, but Kinetic flipped the switch and they came online. We are now at 7 rounds for Kinetic, 7 unanswered rounds, in UGK just looking a little stuck right now. They are going to be able to come through with a mostly full buy. And this is it. This is do or die. They don't have enough money to take this to round 12. So they have to win at least this one and one more if they want to have any shot at taking this to OT. If they lose this round, it's going to be over for them. UGK, again, trying to go for a little bit of kind of an A aggression. Kev does find one on C, and it's going to make JoJo rethink everything. Mev does find one more on A. Things are slowly starting to fall apart. It looks like they were just trying to go for a little bit of an informational push. Carrot is out on site, and Mev is alone, but there's not a whole lot of information going out. Not enough for them to draw the rotate through. But I think the Cosmic Divide is going to telegraph their plan a little bit here. As the spike comes down, the rest of Kinetic is going to come through on the rotate in a 3v5 retake scenario. Now, it looks like they're just going to be kind of waiting for this wall to come down. But as soon as it does, chaos is going to ensue. The walls come down. The bridge flashes through. Carrot does find one in heaven. JoJo with another one. Cuz is coming out on site. Can he get the transfer? He can't. JoJo, he's good for 2. Can he find the last one? It's a 1v1 and he's out of ammo. Oh, 9 HP. This is going to be it. The decider. Oh, but he can't make it happen. He was so close. JoJo almost coming up huge, but Mask seals it out. And we are on match point, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not looking too good for UGK. Their economy is absolutely in shambles. We are going to be seeing broken buys across the map. We got a Bulldog light armor, Vandal light armor, Phantom light armor. Probably some sacrificed utility there as well. UGK, this is a big ask for them if they want to try to bring this back. But it's not looking too good, folks. I gotta say, this could be it. They are going to try and go for some mid aggression here to just try and get as many picks as they can. They're going to need some real early ones to make this happen. But Andradrum is there. He's ready for it. Luckily, he does get traded out by JoJo. That is going to make this doable. Oh, but Kev, he dashes, or JoJo dashes right into the Hunter's Fury, and Kev is able to get him before Mask is taken out, and Mask will find one, Kev with another, and it's a 1v4. Folks, I know we don't want to call it too early, but with the Rolling Thunder through, I think it might just be it for Frog. He is flashed. The man got absolutely Valoranted. And Kinetic Gaming is going to take this game from UGK.